Yo guys, what's up? What's good? How you guys doing? Welcome again to another segment of Gossip Life News. I want to say good morning to you guys. How was the night? Hope you guys slept well, and I trust that you all are having an amazing day at work. My name is Daki. You can spell it as Darki, and then you know it's double E. Welcome again to an exciting episode of Gospel Life News. The news is buzzing. For a fact record, we saw OdumoduBlvck coming out to say he has just paid Tems the sum of $500,000 for a collaboration. How true is that? In the course of the news, I will give you guys more updates as it concerns OdumoduBlvck and Tems. By the way, we saw Burna Boy, Rema and Asake making headlines on the Brit Awards. All of these, I will give you updates. Major omission is the fact that Davido seems to be missing on this list. I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you do. We love you guys so much. Thank you for your time, energy, and consistency. We appreciate you guys. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you, and thank you. By the way, I want to implore you guys to please turn on your notification button so you'll be the first person to know whenever we make a content or a new video. Like I said, let's go straight up to what the news look like. We'll begin today's news with no other person than Burna Boy. We saw yesterday Burna Boy became for the top 5 highest gross concert earning by an artist. We saw Burna Boy occupying all 5 positions. Number 1 with the Paris Le Défense Arena, where Burna Boy earned a whooping $2.8 million, followed by the MSG, where he earned a whooping $1.5 million, followed by the Ziggo Dome Arena in Netherlands, where he also earned $1.5 million. Followed by the Capital One Arena in the US, where he earned about $1.4 million, and then the O2 Arena, where he earned $1.3 million. Apparently, the London Stadium is missing from this list, and we all know that is the biggest space Burna Boy has ever attempted to do, of which he sold it out. So why is that space missing? We all don't know. Moving on, we saw Burna Boy getting frustrated in the Ivory Coast, where he was performing, and then the sound went off. Burna Boy left the stage very composed after fans were seen calling Davido's name, and then he left the stage well composed. And after he left the stage, we could see Burna Boy behind backstage screaming and shouting, "Put on the cars, switch on the vehicles, let's leave this place," using the F word. You could just tell that he was frustrated with sound. Burna Boy is one person we all know. He is big on sound. He loves his sound working and accurate. He doesn't like hiccups when it comes to sound, and that is why he spent a fortune on his set whenever he's going on tour. Moving on, we saw yesterday Victor Simeon coming out to proudly listing Nigerian Afrobeat legend in an interview, and obviously we saw him mentioning the GOATs, Davido, Burna Boy, Wizkid. At the same time, he mentioned the youngest, Rema, Asake, and then he said in coming days, these guys will be like the GOATs. At the same time, he gave kudos to Rema, saying Rema is the biggest Afrobeat artist we have at the time. Moving on, we saw just coming in yesterday, Burna Boy was nominated for the International Artist of the Year at the 2024 Brit Award, and that's a big one for him. And for Burna Boy, this is his home, and no wonder we saw Burna Boy extending his record as the African artist with the most nominations in the history of the Brit Award, making it 5 nominations. In 2020, it was nominated for the International Male Solo Artist. Also that same year, it was also in the lineup for the Song of the Year with Location. Then the following year, 2021, it was also there for the International Male Solo Artist. Then the following year, 2022, he missed out. Then 2023, we saw him coming on for the International Artist of the Year, and then 2024 also for the International Artist of the Year. Burna Boy in the UK so far, we saw Burna Boy is the most streamed African artist with over 2 billion streams in the UK. At the same time, Burna Boy is the only male African artist to sell out a stadium concert. At the same time, Burna Boy is the only African artist with the most certifications in the UK with 20. At the same time, we saw Burna Boy is the African artist with the most albums, 4, and singles, 22 on the chart entries. Still on Burna Boy, we saw Burna Boy is the only African artist with a #1 album in the UK. And finally, Burna Boy is the only African artist with the most Brit Awards nomination. I think it's safe to say Burna Boy might be from Nigeria, but then those in the UK really love Burna Boy, and maybe they might just wish he is from the UK. Moving on still on Burna Boy, we saw Burna Boy's City Boys have just surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify, and by that, Burna Boy extended the record as the African artist to have the most songs reach this milestone. So far, Burna Boy has had 13 songs that have surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify. That's about 1.3 billion on Spotify. At the same time, we saw Burna Boy and Fino and Burna Boy Dual Remix have just surpassed 5 million streams on Spotify. And for Burna Boy, he has proven and has proven again that he is the GOAT when it comes to Afrobeat business. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. We saw Rema Calm Down was nominated for the International Song of the Year at the 2024 Brit Award. And that's another massive one again. Rema is also making us proud and doing good for himself. At the same time, we saw Rema Calm Down is now eligible for a diamond certification in Australia. Massive one for Rema. Like we all know, Rema is big in Australia. And we saw the remix doing numbers in Australia, but now the initial one is doing massive numbers. It just shows that both the remix and the initial song are all amazing, and then people are just finding it difficult to shuttle which one they will listen to. At the same time, we saw Rema Calm Down appears on the United World Chart all-time tracks, ranking 63 biggest track. And just so you know, Rema Calm Down is the only African song on the all-time chart. Talking about the United World Charts. Moving on away from Rema, we have Asake as the next guy on the news. We saw Mr. Money also was given a nod at the Brit Award, and this time it was nominated for the International Artist of the Year at the 2024 Brit Award. Now it's surprising that Asake also made this cut. Amazing one for him. We want to say a big congrats to him. In such a short span in the industry, he has achieved so much for himself. I want to say for Asake, massive congrats to him. At the same time, he's going to be doing that alongside Burna Boy, and let's see which of these artists will get the nod. Moving on, we have OdumoduBlvck as the next guy on the news. We saw Charlie Puppy coming out with a post where he said, "From now on, call me not only the president of Pluto, but the wise tortoise. If you pay close attention to everything I've said, you will easily know I am the greatest philosopher of our time," dropping a sentence that has 1,000 meanings that only few can decode. OdumoduBlvck quoted that tweet where he said, "Thunder will fire Shakespeare, your pen the earth." So basically, OdumoduBlvck is confirming that Charlie Puppy is even wiser than Shakespeare. Moving on, we saw after that bromance on Twitter, we saw both of them linking up together and having fun in their apartment. I think this is Odumodu's place where Charlie Puppy went to pay him a visit, and they had an amazing time laughing and gisting. Maybe we could be having a collaboration coming. Still on this guy, we saw OdumoduBlvck coming out to confirm that yes, he paid Tems for a feature worth about $500,000 US. If you do the math, that's close to 600 million naira. But then he said he did that in about 25 installments, and he has given her just 10,000 naira as to speak, and he plans to spread the rest for the next 25 years. Moving on, we saw the snippet of Tiwa Savage and OdumoduBlvck coming up. Bro, trust me, amazing collaboration. Now, a lot of people will not believe that Tiwa Savage will do so well on that bounce, but trust me, she killed it. She gave us what stuff she's made of, and everyone that listened to that song loved the jam. Tiwa Savage came through 100%, and trust me, it is beautiful to see that Odumodu is getting all the collaboration he could get. He has one with Davido, now with Tiwa Savage. Who is the next person he's going to have on the block? Maybe Whiskey or Burna Boy. Let's keep fingers crossed. Moving on, we saw a joint album coming through from Jerick and Psycho YP, and this is what we've clamored in the game, and trust us, we can't wait to see what these guys have done together. We have songs like Disintegrate, No Stylist, Fresh Millie, Breaking News, and Evil Twins. On all songs, they have just one feature, and that's one with Fino on Breaking News, but the rest we have just Jerick and Psycho YP. Stream Farm is on the rise again. We saw, as of yesterday, we saw Dual Remix sitting at number 1, Twe number 8, Good number 2, Twe number 3, and 2 Busy to Be as number 4. But then for today, we are seeing Dual Remix as 42, and then we are seeing Twe as 47. And it's looking like what happened from number 3 to 47. What happened? Is it that people spent more money, or what really could be the arithmetic? But what we're sure is the fact that in this list, we're sure that some farming has taken place. Moving on, we saw Victony, Soweto, that's the initial Soweto, have just surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify. And then just coming in, we saw Tems is set to receive the Breakthrough Award at the Billboard's 2024 Women in Music event. Tems has done so well for herself for this year, and we all can't wait to see what her album will look like. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very next one.